Hey, good happy afternoon, Saturday afternoon. This is the Dr. Simone Show, and I am Dr. Simone. Thank you for joining me today. I am being brought to you in your living rooms, your dining rooms, your kitchens, outside by J Bell Entertainment Television. J Bell is trying to do it for the people of Jamaica and beyond. And with that, I think we all need to get behind them and support everything that they do because they are for the people. And if they are for the people, then I am for it too. All right, so as you know, the Dr. Simone Show brings things to you every week, or weekend, I should say, that are set to motivate you, transform you, give you strength, answer questions, inform you. And this week will be no different. I am actually working on a very important topic that was asked to be researched by a few people in Jamaica, and it's about protecting our children and watching out for our best interest for our children, making sure they're safe and accounted for at all times. I will be bringing that show to you shortly, not today though, because I want to do a little bit more research so that it would be a very informative and worthwhile show. But that's not to say that tonight's show or today's show will not be as informative and as transformational and motivational, because they always are. Because I bring things to you that basically I've gone through and that I'm also helping people all around the world with. So today we are going to talk about pushing through your blessings, okay? I'm going to talk a little bit about my week, and it's going to tie into how we need to push through our blessings. All right, so this week in New Jersey is the ending of the school year. You know, kids get out of school and everything. And my daughter had a teacher this year who was horrible. She picked on my daughter. She was very nasty to my daughter. And I've tried to be nice to this lady. And then at the end of the school year, which is this week, she did a couple things, as also with antagonizing my daughter, putting her hands on my daughter and everything else that had me come out of character. So this week has been hard. Now I know you're saying, well, how's that even a blessing? I'm gonna get to it. So like I said, we're going to talk about birthing or pushing through our blessings. And the reason why I say birthing our blessings is because when we push through our blessings, it is kind of like giving birth. And I'm going to get into that as well. You know, I like to give you your examples and everything else to help push through the message. But let's talk about blessings. Blessings. Those are the things that we desire. Those are the things that we pray to God for or Jah for. And we try to work towards, and we want to see manifest, and those things that are going to elevate us and bring us to where we need to be. But it's kind of like, you know, when we're praying for blessings and when we're asking for blessings, we may not realize it, but we have a certain way in our mind that we think that these blessings are supposed to come through. We have our own thoughts about when the blessing does happen, it's going to look like A and B and C, and then I'm going to be blessed and I'm going to be able to do all these things, and it's going to be great for me. Literally, when we think about blessings, we don't think about how they can come with a little bit of pain, or how they can come with lessons, or how they may not look like blessings at first, but once we go through all of the things we have to go through and we get to the other side, we realize, oh my goodness, it really was a blessing. We think just because we're being blessed with something, it has to come with rainbows and unicorns and happiness and parties. But a blessing in its simplest terms, its purest terms, is something that is given to us, something that is granted to us for our betterment, for our elevation. And there are times where we don't realize, and we're praying and we're saying, you know, please let me get this new job, or please let this relationship work, or please let X, Y, and Z happen. And like I said, we think we want it to happen a certain way, but we don't realize that what we're asking for, we're going to get. But we didn't think about everything in between that we have to go through in order to get there. So there are times where we're, you know, looking for the blessing, and then things start to happen. But the reason we're not seeing it as a blessing is because they're not looking like the way we thought they should. So then we get in the mix, and then we get in the middle of it, and then we start saying, no, that's not right. So let me put my foot here, or let me put my idea here. Let me just scrap the whole thing because this is too hard. This is not a blessing. A blessing is not supposed to be hard. And then we get in the middle of it and we stop the progression. And then after a while, we're in the middle of what was supposed to come for our betterment, for our good. We're in the middle of it so much that it feels like the blessing never comes. Or when it does come, you've gone through so much stuff that you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't even see this as a blessing. But blessings come with lessons. I need you to hear that. Blessings come with lessons. Everything worth getting, many things in life worth getting, even blessings, are worth the effort. So I know you're saying, well, why are you saying all of this stuff? Why are you saying, when blessings are supposed to come, they're supposed to? Because there are many times we miss out on what is good for us. And I'm here to help you to not do those type of things. So again, blessings are wonderful. Blessings are those things that we are looking for. But many times we don't recognize them. So when I get back from my break, we're going to finish talking about blessings. And we're going to finish talking about what they look like. We're going to talk about the example of giving birth. We're going to talk about when we actually have gone through some things, but then we see that there is a blessing in the middle, but we've gone through so much that we're just too tired and we just let it go. That's called you're pushing through your blessings. You got to give birth to it. So again, you're watching the Dr. Simone Show, and I am Dr. Simone. We are going to take a little tiny break. And then when we come back, we're going to finish talking about pushing through your blessings, okay? Because we're all due some blessings. Stay tuned. Come back. Don't go anywhere. Go get your ice cream, your popcorn, but come on back because we're going to have a good show. Whew! And we are back. I know that was a quick break, right? You are watching the Dr. Simone Show, and I am Dr. Simone. And today we are talking about, that's a drum roll, pushing through your blessings. So before the break, we were talking about how blessings sometimes don't feel like blessings because they don't come wrapped in the pretty bows with the unicorns and the rainbows and everything that we expect them to come with. And then when things start to happen, we put our little extra energies into it and we prolong things and we keep things from happening. And then it takes us so long to get where we need to get that we don't even look at it as a blessing at all. And also the saying, blessings come with lessons. Everything is not easy, but let's get on the subject of, okay, you're asking for this blessing and you're praying for this blessing and you've gone through some hardships. You've gone through some things, but you realize, wait a minute. I asked for this blessing and I see certain things are being taken out of my way. I see certain people are being taken out of my way. I see certain relationships, even if they're hard for me to deal with, them ending, they're being taken out of my way. I had to move. I lost a job. I lost some friends. But, maybe it's a blessing in disguise because after I lost that relationship with that man or that woman who was mistreating me, I gained self-esteem, but oh my goodness, I missed the relationship. You see what I'm getting at? You're seeing that some of the hardship within the blessing that's coming, it was difficult. It wasn't so easy, but you're starting to realize, wait a minute, even in the little hiccups, there are blessings. So this is when it becomes very, very important to step on the gas, to keep pushing through. Don't let something that was given to you and placed in your lap as a blessing go to the wayside because you don't want to push it through. Because it may have been too hard or it may seem like it's too much work. Or sometimes when we realize what's going on and we sit back and we say, is this blessing really worth me going through all of this? Is life better where I am? The answer is no. Okay? If you've prayed for something and the blessing is in your lap, even if it takes a little bit longer to get or it's a little bit difficult, what you have to realize is what's on the other side of that blessing, what's on the other side, that difficulty, that broke relationship, that ended job, that whatever it is your elevation, is your blessing, is your betterment, is your everything that you've been looking for, which is going to lead you to the next things. But when we realize that there are things going on that are not so easy, we have to make the choice. We have to make the choice of if we're going to stay the course and get the blessing, or if we're going to stay stagnant and then a year from now we're going to be like, dang, I should have just went on through with that stuff. It might have been hard. It might have taken some energy, but dang, I would be better off. Which way do we go? I'm going to tell you which way you go, okay? Because Dr. Simone has been through this and I'm going through it now. So I'm going to tell you which way you go. You give birth to your blessings. I'm going to say it again just in case y'all didn't hear it. You give birth to your blessing. You push that blessing through. You asked for it. Why let it die? If it's sitting right there in your lap and you got to do some work, you got to make some calls, or you got to quit a job, or you got to let some people go, or you got to change your lifestyle, whatever you got to do. But what you asked for is waiting for you. You can't just let it lay there and die. You can't just let it lay there and let somebody else do it. You know what they say? If you have a dream or something, either you're going to do it yourself or somebody's going to pay you to help them to live theirs. No. You asked for it. It's given to you. You got to do some hard work. You want to get paid, you got to do some work, right? So this is when it comes time for you to say, no, I'm not going to stay regular. No, I'm not going to stay where I am. No, I'm not going to have fear. No, I'm not going to think that, oh my goodness, I'm bugging these people if I keep calling them. No, you're going to say, I want it. I'm worthy. I'm going to get it. Can't nobody have it but me. I asked for it and I'm not going to let it be wasted. So you push it through. What I mean by is you push it through is you do whatever it takes in order to get where you have to get. Let me ask you a question. Is anybody better than you? No. Is anybody worth your blessing other than you? No. Didn't you take your time to try to manifest this, to pray on it, to put it out into the universe, to do everything else? Yes you did. Yes, you did. So would it be smart of you just to let it die? No. If you have dreams of conquering the world, then you better go ahead and try. You may not get the whole world, but if you get a piece of it, it was more than what you had. And again, blessings are given to us for our betterment. It's not given to you just for your amusement and your happiness in the beginning. No, it's for our betterment in the end. It's for our elevation. So let me get to pushing through your blessing. You got to do whatever it takes, however it takes, whatever you feel in your spirit you have to do to get it. Now, I'm going to put it in this way. It'll probably make a lot more sense to everybody, especially us women who have had babies, who have given birth. Okay. Like me, I'll tell you a little bit about me because we share on this show. We're family. I had a very, 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 very difficult time conceiving. I didn't know why. The doctors couldn't find out why. And I prayed. Oh, Lord. I prayed. I prayed so much that I would sit there and cry myself to sleep. I did not understand why I was not getting pregnant. I was going to the doctors. I was taking all these shots and everything else. I was throwing up. I was sick. I was in a hospital. I was doing all these things. I still was praying for my blessing. The last time I tried is when I got pregnant, and I didn't think it was going to happen. Now, I went through all of those other things, right? And then finally got pregnant. That was what? My blessing. That was what I asked for. Even though leading up to that part of the blessing, I was sick all the time. There were times I missed work. I had so many IVs in my arm trying to get pregnant off of those drugs that I thought the end was near for me. But I got that part of the blessing, right? I got the blessing. Now, instead of it being the happy pregnancy that I thought it was going to be, I thought I was going to be beautiful and pregnant and big. I wasn't going to be sick. I was going to be able to eat whatever I wanted. And my husband was going to rub my feet and he was going to get the little snacks for me. And I was going to be able to work and wear high heel shoes. And everybody's going to rub my stomach. Nope, not at all. Not at all. I was more sick during pregnancy, the whole pregnancy, than I was trying to get pregnant. So at that point, I had a crossroads. Do I want to continue to be pregnant? Or do I just want to say, screw this, this is just too much. I asked for this blessing, but oh Lord, I got to go through this. I had a kidney infection, a bladder infection, and a urinary tract infection all at the same time when I was pregnant. So I had to decide, am I going to go through the lessons and the hardships in order to get to my blessing on the other side, or am I going to end it? So I made the choice. Keep being sick, girl. You asked for this blessing. It's coming with some lessons. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be great at the end. So I spent 9 months losing weight, on medication, bed rest, sick, throwing up, crying, everything. Then it came time to give birth. Had a C-section. Couldn't even do it the other way. Fine, whatever. It was a great thing. But my thing is this. When we get to the point of seeing the finish line, I was big and pregnant. It was time to give birth. Would I have been able to just stop right there and say, nope, I don't want to push the blessing through. I don't want to push the baby through. I'm just going to stay pregnant forever. Just going to stay pregnant forever. I'm going to stay sick, but I'm going to stay pregnant forever. Or did I have to push the blessing through and go through everything I had to go through in order to give birth, in order to have my blessing? That's how it is with blessings in life. It's just like giving birth. There's a saying that says, people congratulate you. No, success is like giving birth or being pregnant. People congratulate you on a success, but nobody asks how many times you had to get, it was a cuss word, had to have sex. Let's put it like that, right? That's how life is. That's how blessings are. Sometimes you got to go through all this stuff in order to get to the congratulations. Okay? So I pushed the baby out and bam, there was my blessing. And then everything that I went through with trying to get pregnant, being sick, being in the hospital, not being able to eat, losing weight, urinary tract infections, bladder infections, kidney infections, on pills, all that stuff. And then having to get a C-section and being in pain and everything else. And they almost lost me on the C-section table. They had to put things on me. I lost a lot of blood. I became anemic. The whole thing. I could have not been here having a baby. But after I pushed through my blessing and I held my baby and I looked at her and I was like, oh my God, I just love you so much, my blessing. Everything I had to go through was worth it. All the pain and suffering I had to go through was worth it. I couldn't just stop when it was time to give birth. I had to push it through. That's what I'm telling you. You got to push your blessings through. You can't stop midway. It's like being pregnant. You just can't stop when the baby get ready to come out and say, push it back up. Can't have it. Got to push the blessing through. So right now we got to take another break and then we're going to come back and we're going to close this show. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So you're watching the Dr. Simone Show, brought to you by J Bell Entertainment Television. I love me some J Bell Entertainment Television. I thank them for the opportunity to reach you every Saturday. So don't go away. We're going to wrap up this portion of the Dr. Simone Show called Pushing Through Your Blessings. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. And when I say quick, I don't know how they do this with the cutting it up, but yeah, it's going to be a quick break because I'm not going to stay going long because I just want to tell you some stuff. So stay tuned, Dr. Simone Show, and I'm Dr. Simone. We'll be right back. And like I said, we're back. This is a quick break. I don't know if it's long enough for, I don't know. But we're talking about pushing through your blessings. And the last thing we were talking about is how pushing through your blessings, even when it's a lot going on with them, it's like giving birth. It's like, I can't stop with the baby getting ready to come out. Got to go all the way through. You prayed for it, and here it is. So with that being the case, we may pray for things. We may ask for things. And when it's not given to us, all wrapped up in the pretty bow and everything else, we don't look at it as a blessing. When we see all the work we do have to go through when it is presented to us and it's saying, here, you can have it. But there's some things you got to go through. When we see those things that we got to go through, sometimes we say, oh, is it worth it going through all of that? I just thought the blessing was going to come all nicely packaged. I don't know. But if you ask for it, why not do the work? Now, I'm not saying all blessings are going to be hard. Not saying that. There are going to be some times you're going to pray for something and it's going to be like, bam. And you're going to be like, oh, it's an easy blessing. It's a great blessing. And it's still going to work for your betterment. It's still going to work for your elevation. But don't mistake the blessings that are given to you that have a lesson involved. Don't neglect the lessons or not go through, the blessings or not go through the blessings or see them through because you feel it's too much work or because you're fearful or because you don't think you're worth it or because whatever the case is. If you took the time to pray for it, you need to take the time to pay for it. Okay? And when I say pay for it, I know that was kind of, just me being funny. But when I say pay for it, I don't mean pay for it in a way that will never give you your return, a bigger return on your investment. I'm saying you got to go through what you got to go through. So blessings are for your elevation. They are for your transformation. Sometimes somebody uses your blessing and uses you as a blessing for somebody else. So sometimes you got to go through certain things and get what you need to get because God is going to use you, or however you believe you're going to be used by the universe, or however you believe you're going to be used in order to bless somebody else. So sometimes blessings are extensions for you to bless somebody else. It's for your motivation. It's to show you your strength. It's to show you that you are worth it. You worth it. You watching this, you were brought to this message for a reason. You're worth it. Get your blessings. There's nothing wrong with doing a little bit of work. Remember the saying, blessings come with lessons. It's as easy as that. Don't push your elevation to the side because of a little work. You're worth it. And I tell you all the time you're worth it. I'm going to come on here every day and tell you that you're worth it. You are worth it. I'm going to start doing little mini commercials. And all I'm going to say is, you're worth it, Jamaica. You're worth it. I'm just going to do that because you need to hear that every day. You're smart. You're worth it. You're strong. You're amazing. You have a place in this world. Nobody is put on this earth to put you down, to drag you around, to take your strength, to take your energy, to take your power. You are strong enough. And when you pray for these blessings and it's handed to you like this, but it got a little work, understand that that's saying you are worth this. There's still a little bit of stuff that you need to go and learn and get through, but this is for you. You asked for it. It is presented. And sometimes we don't get the blessings exactly the time we pray. I'm praying on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock. My blessing should be here at 8 o'clock. No. Sometimes it takes a little longer because we still got to do work in between before we reach where the blessing is. But it's coming. It's coming. And when it gets there, it's up to you how you treat it. It's up to you how you nurture it. It's up to you how you make it your own, your blessing. You got to push it through. Say it with me. Push it through. Push it through. Walk around saying that. People might think you're crazy, but you know what you're talking about, okay? So, push through your blessings this week. Don't let them just sit there and die on the vine, okay? You're worth it. Again, this is the Dr. Simone Show, and we are wrapping up the Dr. Simone Show. I thank you for allowing me to come into your place every Saturday. If you have any questions for me, any topics you want me to discuss, anything about relationships, love, children, money, anything in between, get at me, Dr. Simone, or you can go on my website, drsimone.com. That's DRSAMONE.com. Or get to J Bell Entertainment Television and let them get to me. But the thing is, I'm accessible to you. So, me and my new hair, I know you noticed I straightened it out, okay? So, I'm going to end this by saying thank you to J Bell Entertainment Television for allowing me again to be a part of your life, even for a little bit on a Saturday. Take this message during this week and apply it to your life. I will be back next week to pour some more love into you. If you need me, I'm the doctor for you. Get at me. If you want to read my words, buy my book. It's on Amazon. It's called The Deconstruction and Reconstruction of You. It helps you to break your old habits and build yourself anew. I love y'all. I will see you next week. Dr. Simone is all the way out. Have a blessed and wonderful, productive, great, amazing, transformational, motivational, inspirational week.